Hi Simi, here is your arm and we're just going to give it a quick review. I think to start with, first your dividing line here for the torso cutoff is this width here is not really what the width of this. If you're going to really cut him off, he needs to be probably this much wider if it was going to be the center line of the chest. The one that I cut off, he was quite a bit thinner. I cut kind of mid-chest and didn't show any of the sternum. Okay, so we just want to make that a little bit wider. And then it'll be approximately what you've tried to represent, which is the center point of the cutoff. Alright, so a little bit better proportions. Okay, now to the task at hand, which is the arm. In general, it gives the right impression. Just some specifics to pay attention for. Your medial epicondyle is too high. Okay, so remember these kind of all fall more or less in line on this axis, and you can see on the reference actually the medial epicondyle is even a little lower than the highest point of the olecranon. So we're just going to tug that down a little bit, and then it makes a little more sense. Okay, next thing that really jumps out is the long head of the triceps. Okay, so medial head is quite subdued on this guy and falls in line with about here. And yours is not too bad because there's not a lot of form. However, the long head of the tricep, the entire body comes up like this. Right, so it goes quite a bit higher than you've given it room for. Okay, almost meeting with the biceps and the coracobrachialis, and then brachialis in here. Okay, and then the flat area of the triceps is right here. Okay, so just be aware of that, and you can see in the reference that it kind of flares up like this. Then we have kind of veins, etc., going down the inside tract there. Okay, and now we'll just go around the back and have a quick look. And the thing about the back that I notice most is is your epicondyle sticking out way too much. Okay, and the final impression is that this little piece here and this whole section of the forearm flares out too wide in this particular view. Okay, so it's not a huge thing to fix. It looks like you have some creases running all over your mesh too. Some creases down here and down here. That must have happened when you creased initially. Okay, so just to get these proportions right in this area, I'm just going to tuck in the epicondyles and then also bring the ridge muscles in a tiny bit. They're pronounced, but they're pronounced mostly because of the definition in that particular view. Okay, so if I turn this off, you can see, you just look closely, you've kind of creased all over your mesh. I addressed this very specifically in the video. You have to turn the crease angle all the way up to 180 and then just do your visibility creasing. Okay, so that kind of trims in the epicondyle, the lateral epicondyle a little bit. And as far as your forearm muscles go, they're generally pretty well done. They seem to have the right alignment. Generally things coming off the ridge, extensor carpi radialis brevis. For the triceps, I feel like you're lacking a little volume. Right, you kind of have just a very faint outline of it, but actually you can see that there's always a little bit of roundness in the long head, so in the lateral head, more than just that very shallow outline that you have. So you might want to build that up just to give a little bit more form. And the last thing that I'm really going to address is the biceps. I think that you're missing a little bit of height in the biceps, just because from the outside view you can't really see any of the biceps. See, in this particular angle you see a lot of biceps. In yours you're seeing mostly this lump, which is probably the brachialis placed too medially. So this probably needs to be more biceps here. And kind of take over a little bit of that space. So the brachialis really does sit on the outside of the arm, and biceps takes over the front. Okay, overall a good construction on the arm, and I think hopefully that you learned a lot from it, and we'll build on it as we go down to the hand this week, and then we'll of course have arms to do again when we get to our full figure sculpts. So nice work. Thanks for the effort.